First, we are looking for Zarahemla. That is a clear statement. That is the basis for the building of our thesis. Nothing wrong here. Second, we know where to look. We are looking at the site that Joseph Smith identified as Zarahemla. This then is the test for our hypothesis. Nothing wrong with this approach. We are looking for a confirmation of the truth of Joseph Smith's statement. Our methods are clear. We know that ancient people kept fires to cook their food, to heat their homes, and to bring light to dark places. We know that the heat from these fires changed the magnetic signatures of soil and rock. These changes can be measured with a magnetometer. The census equipment can survey 100 acres per day within grids that are 1/4 of an inch by 1/4 of an inch. Each data point will have GPS coordinates and will measure differences in magnetic forces by ±1 nanotesla. These fine readings are able to identify the magnetic signatures of fire pits that are 1,600 years old. The Book of Mormon informs us that in AD 320 there was a Nephite army from the land of Zarahemla that had 30,000 men. Taking that number as a good indicator, we estimate that the population of Zarahemla was in that year about 100,000 people. Modern technology can identify the locations of ancient fires. We estimate that there was one fire pit for every 10 people, or that within a mile or so of Zarahemla Center there would have been 10,000 fire pits. We know that German technology has worked well on several sites, including Stonehenge in England and Bavaria in Germany. We have our own experience with census from the mountains of Ohio. If we can find anything, we can find fire pits that were kept 1,600 years ago on the west bank of the upper Mississippi River across from Nauvoo. We like science and we are willing to pay for it. If someone can make improvements to our research, we welcome their informed opinion and not just their off-the-cuff speculations. We expect that God's ancient promises will be fulfilled. The truth shall spring out of the earth. We intend to locate the fire pits of Zarahemla without moving a shovel full of dirt. After discovering the locations for a high frequency of the city's fire pits, we can then dig into those locations to uncover additional evidence. With the census technology, we will be able to see buried in the ground images for areas that cover as much as 10,000 acres. We think that the center of the city, like other ancient cities, will occupy about 200 acres. The plan is really simple. We start with large landscapes and then narrow them down to smaller targets. Do you get the picture? Many people have already had great success using a magnetometry to find ancient fires. Take a look at this scanned image. Do you see the frequency of dark spots on the left side? This image was taken with the use of the census equipment and shows an ancient fort on the frontier of the Roman Empire in Bavaria, Germany. The site is about 2,000 years old. The dark spots are fire pits that Roman legionnaires kept long ago. There were more than 1,000 soldiers in the fort, and the scanning has more than 100 fire pits. The fire pits are clearly seen in the density of the dark spots. So we are looking for these patterns buried in the ground from which we will be able to locate the center of the city of Zarahemla. 20 centuries ago, people in Central Europe, as well as in North America, kept fires. They needed fire for food, heat, and light. Let's find the lost fires of Zarahemla, and we will then have discovered the location of that city.